The next Shadow, issue 4, titled The Enemy Within, focuses on the journey Jake goes on while being poisoned and brings back some familiar characters from the past. Written yet again by Jeremy Barlow, known for his Star Wars and Mass Effect comic book series, covers done by Guy Balbi and coloring by Wes Tioba, the 4th issue was released in April of 2021. The official synopsis reads, quote, "The race for the antidote is underway as Jake descends into a fever dream, plunged into the horrors of a burning home tree and reliving confrontations with nightmarish past enemies. Will he reconcile with the choices of his past or fight them?" End quote. Jake is tortured with the remorse and terrifying images of what he could have done differently, the deaths he caused by his inactivity, and his own apparent selfishness in his dreams. Meanwhile, Hale and her crew, having made their decisions, go into the cave to find the antidote. Tsute's vision is replaced in Jake's consciousness by a huge Colonel Quaritch standing with 2 arrows emerging from his chest. He calls Jake an idiot for playing house and throws him to the ground, where he is surrounded by the ghosts of the deceased Metkayina and the enormous Tsute. However, the dream abruptly turns and Jake sees the souls of Etukan and the real Tsute. To Jake's surprise, a much bigger Jake lifts his human body and transforms him back into his avatar as the fire and wreckage fade into green. In the actual world, Hale and her soldiers rescue the flower from the cave and bring it back to Mawat to begin the antidote's creation. Tsute and Jake go to Quaritch's fallen Amsud, and Tsute examines Jake's hand wound from clutching Arvok's knife. He concludes that it must have been done by Artsut, including the manipulation of Arvok. Jake sits into the Amsud while Tsute explains that Arvok spends most of his life in Tsute's shadow rather than finding his own way to shine. The conclusion of this issue sees Jake being given the antidote while Arvok and his parents are exiled. After learning about the circumstances, Neytiri returns to the Metkayina tribe the next morning, where she meets Jake at the grave of his human body and asks what had occurred. Jake kinda downplays the issue, stating that it was only a scratch, but Neytiri is concerned since Jake doesn't seem quite himself. However, Jake does claim that he has never felt more like himself. The issue was certainly my favorite one from the series, as we not only saw the return of Quaritch, but visually the way Jake's dream or visions were presented was absolutely incredible. It made me wish that we could have seen something like this on the big screen, and I'd certainly recommend a read through the entire series of The Next Shadow. But what do you think of issue 4? Let me know in the comments below, and for more Avatar content, have a look at the rest of my channel. Until next time, have a fantastic day and stay safe.